Continuing with this concept of overset text and text threading, we're also going to add another concept into this new document that we're about to create, which will be text wrap. We start off by creating a new file. We're still going to keep it at 210 by 297 at our A4 size. We're going to start off with one page, but now we're going to have 3 columns in our layout. We're going to click Create, and now you can see the 3 columns. The next step is to place a Word document into our InDesign file. And very often you will get Word documents from clients because they do not have the specified training that you as a designer will have in professional page layout programs like InDesign. So we navigate to the File menu and we're going to select the Place option. We're going to select our file called Combined Text Threading. This file has been included for you as a download to the section. You're going to click on Open, and you can now see that it has attached itself to the end of the cursor, just like it does with images. So what we can do is we can click on the start of the first column, and it honors and places the text in the first column. We now have to pick up that overset text and click to place again. So we could of course continue in this fashion until we have threaded all the overset text, but this could take a long time and could be a very inefficient process because we do not know how many pages our Word document contained and how many extra pages in InDesign we will have to add. So there's a much more streamlined and efficient way. I'm just going to undo that by pressing Ctrl or Command Z. What we're going to do is you're still going to place the cursor at the top of the first column, and you are now going to hold the Shift key. And you can see that you get that wavy arrow, which is denoting how it is going to place this text. While holding the Shift key, click on the mouse, and we can now see that it has in fact honored all of the 3 columns, and it needed to add 8 pages in total. And there our Word document has been threaded into InDesign. I think it's appropriate at this point to save the document. Let's go File, let's go Save As, or save on my computer, and we'll name this Text Document and Wrapping, or whatever name you wish to provide for this file. Next, how do we check that it has in fact threaded all the text automatically? Well, I simply click on one of the text frames, I go to the View menu, I select Extras, and we choose Show Text Threads. And there we can see that it is completely threaded through the whole document. I'm just going to undo that. I can go to hide those again, go to View Extras, Hide Text Threads. We're now going to place an image at the top of this document. We're going to go to File, Place. We're going to navigate to our source folder, and I'm going to select this image over here called Coffee Machine. I'm going to open, and I'm now going to click and drag this image over the 3 columns. This image is merely covering this text, which is not to our liking. What we need to do is we need to create a text wrap around this image. So ensuring that the image is selected, we navigate to the Text Wrap panel, which can be found under the Window menu, and we select Text Wrap. We can navigate to wrap around the bounding box, which will do a fine job. We're also able to increase the offset slightly, so we've given it a little bit of breathing space. And that is done. Now we're also going to do our checklist, and we're going to see that we have one error. What is that error? That error is overset text. Let's go and have a look at that. Let's go and have a look at the pre-flight panel. Yes, there's overset text in the text frame on page 8. The text frames do not automatically expand to fit the content in InDesign. Because we use text wrap on the image, it needed to push all the text down. It needed to wrap around the bottom of the image and push all the columns further along. You can now see that in fact there is overset text in this column. I'm going to pick up that overset text, and just to be on the safe side, but we know that it is not going to be more than 1 column, I'm still going to hold the Shift key so that it will wrap automatically, and I'm just going to click to place the overset text. And in fact, it did need more than the one column, so it added the required pages. At this point, I think it's appropriate to save the document. We've already named it, so we'll go and click File, Save. Let's make this document a little more interesting by adding something called a pull quote. A pull quote is extracting an important part of the information of the document that will hopefully entice the reader to read more of your document and hopefully the entire document. I'm going to double click in the text somewhere. I'm going to select these few lines over here, and I'm going to Control or Command plus C to copy, or you can go navigate to edit copy. I'm going to go to the black selection tool. I'm going to make sure that the text frame is not selected by clicking somewhere in a clear area, and I'm going to edit paste. There is our pull quote. First thing we'll do is we will select all of that text, and I would like to make that text white. I'll select white. I'm now going to select the text container, and I'm going to reverse out the color of the text frame to fill it with black. I'm now going to adjust the size of the frame. We can certainly click in there and add quotation marks. But now again, this text frame is just covering the text. So in order to give it text wrap, we will select it, navigate to the black selection tool, and we can select this option here, wrap around the bounding box. So from this we can see that the text wrap is actually working.